Hello and assalamu alaikum. Welcome to today's video. So today we're gonna look at how to do the Hajj step by step from the first step till the last one. That what are the days, what are the rituals, what you need to do. So this is a full step by step, easy and simple process that will be good to give you an idea how we do the Hajj. So in Hajj, the first thing is to understand how many days of Hajj are there. I have used this in many previous of my videos as well. So there are compulsory 5 days of Hajj, starting with day one from when you go to Mina, and then you go to Arafat, then Muzdalifah, then you again come to Arafat, and the last thing are relating to farewell tawaf. So we're gonna look at all the process, and if you want you can take this snapshot and print it for you so that you remember what are the steps. So first of all, the Hajj basically starts from the Islamic calendar like 8th of Zil Hajjah. Basically the 8th of Zil Hajjah is the main day when the Hajj starts, and then on this day basically the first thing would be that you go to Mina. Before that, just to give you an idea that you already would have decided that what type of Hajj you're going to be doing. There are three types of Hajj: Hajj Tamattu, Hajj Kinan, and Kiran, and Hajj Ifrad. So if you don't know, there is a separate video. I won't be going in that detail right now, but you prepare for the Hajj. Whatever you have done, you are preparing. You do the Niyyah, take the bath, wear the Ihram, and get into the state. Then, just to give you before we proceed, there are further videos that how to wear the Ihram, some questions relating to Ihram, what kind of footwear is permissible based on different scholars, and you can watch them, these videos. The links are given in the description, or you can check my channel. Now the thing is that once you wear the Ihram, the main important thing is that after wearing the Ihram, before the Miqat, you cross the Miqat. Miqat are the points before you should be in the state of Ihram. But in state of Hajj, in Hajj basically there is no Miqat. Some people get confused that Miqat is also for the Hajj. There is no Miqat boundary for the Hajj. Miqat are basically only for Umrah. If you are going to do Umrah, then the Miqat points are there. If you are going for Hajj directly, then basically you don't need to follow any Miqat. You can wear the Ihram from within Makkah in your hotel in Makkah, and then go directly to Mina after doing the Niyyah. So there is a difference, so please understand this. If you are doing it, also depends on the type of Hajj, because in some Hajj that you do the Umrah and you don't take off the Ihram, and with the same Ihram you do the Hajj. So it depends, but the majority of the people traveling from Asia, from UK, from abroad, they do Hajj Tamattu, where basically you are just doing the Hajj on its own. You do Umrah separately, for which you need to take care of the Miqat point. You need to be in state of Ihram before that, and after that, finishing the Umrah, you can come out of Ihram, and then you do a Niyyah for Hajj on 8th Dhul Hijjah when you are going for Mina, and you can wear the Ihram from your hotel, and that's it. You don't need to go to Miqat. Then you do the Niyyah based on the Hajj intention, and then the next step is that you, as soon as you do the Niyyah, after that you start reciting the Talbiyah. Then there is a separate video which I have, because I won't be going in the details that what are the other masnoon duas or the other azkar you can do, but the most important one is the Talbiyah that you need to know. If you don't memorize it by heart, don't worry about it. Many people will be reading Talbiyah quite loud, and you will eventually, within the first day, I can bet that you will be able to memorize the Talbiyah. So don't worry if you don't know it. Other than that, there are no compulsory dua in Hajj. Hajj is a physical ibadah. It is to be on a spot on a particular time on the day, and that's it. The next thing is that after that you basically go to Mina before the Zohar time on 8th Zil Hijjah. So now your actual Hajj starts. So you have prepared the, you have wear the Ihram, you have done the Niyyah, you have done the Talbiyah, and then you start going the tour operator in your buses, in your taxis, or whatever it is, they will take you to Mina camps. Once you reach your Mina camps, you should ideally be in your Mina camps before the Zohar time or 8th of Zil Hijjah, because you have to offer the Zohar prayer in Mina. Sometimes some of the groups, based on some of the government groups especially, take you to Mina actually on 7th Zil Hajjah as well, the night of basically 7th Zil Hajjah before you go on 8th Zil Hajjah. So if that happened, don't worry about it. It is also absolutely normal because they just want to avoid the traffic, or based on the time given, they take you a bit earlier. So what you need to do is, once you are at the camp, just take the picture of the camp, note down the number of your your khema, so that in case you get lost, you know where to find your camp location. I have separate videos with more details how to know about your Mina tent. There is practical information. This is very useful for you if you don't know about this. What to where is the number, what is the number, what is the street number. It has got all those details. Then I have a separate video about my own experience, that why I selected category B Mina Camp, because this video is not for the purpose that I would be going to that detail. But there are many videos, as you can see, the differences in different Mina camps and what to pack for Mina as well. So you can watch those videos. The links are given in description, or you can go to my channel. Now the next thing is that once you are in Mina, get settled, find a bed wherever you think it's better. My suggestion is that as soon as you reach Mina camp, just occupy one bed so that you know this is my designated location, because you won't be given any designated location. They will just tell you that this is your camp, this is your khema, okay, just like this, and then you can pick any of the beds. So pick one bed for yourself and stay on the bed until everyone settles down, because some people usually try to be cheeky and they take your stuff off the bed, and this happened with me as well. So after that, there are no special prayer or no special ibadah particularly to be performed in Mina. You can just read Quran, you can do dua, whatever you want, but just go relax. Don't overstress yourself. You don't need to go to a mosque in order to pray. All the prayers will be performed within your Mina camp, so just perform over there. So 5 prayers you're going to be praying there. So from 8th Zil Hajjah, so you will be praying Zuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, and the 9th, the next day, the 9th Zil Hajjah when starts, you will offer Fajr. Just after the Fajr, the tour operators or whoever is managing, they will start taking you to Arafat, which is the day of the actual Hajj. So now, if you, again, as I said, don't try to go to mosque. It's okay to pray within the camp area. This is the location, and there is Masjid Al Khaif, which is near to, which is the biggest mosque over there. Some people, just to give you a hint, some people go in Masjid Al Khaif, especially if your tent air conditioning is not working or they don't have the air conditioning, because in Masjid Al Khaif it's air conditioned, it's nice, you can relax over there. So now basically the day 1 finishes with the Fajr prayer. Now the day 2 starts. So day 2 starts, as I said, that on 9th Zil Hajjah you are still in Mina camp. You wake up, you pray the Fajr over there, and then buses, trains, or whatever the tour operator arranged, they will take you further to basically Arafat. So this is the map. So from you were staying in Makkah, and then people are in Azizia, and that they brought you in Mina. 8th Zil Hajjah you spent over there. 9th Zil Hajjah, after the Fajr, you are going to Arafat. Arafat is basically Hajj. So this is the shorthand hadith. I'm not quoted the full hadith, but the hadith, one of the statement is that Hajj is Arafat. That anyone who has entered Arafat on 8th or 9th, on 9th of Zil Hajjah, he has basically done the Hajj. So there are separate video where I have particular information relating to the actual pictures inside, 10 pictures of my Hajj experience in 2024, what to pack for Arafat and Muzdalifah, and also backpacking overall, showing the actual stuff as well, overall packing. So you can watch those videos separately, not to discuss here. Now, once you arrive in Arafat, just again, it would be a bigger tent as compared to Mina. There would be beds here in Arafat as well. Just find a nice decent bed and stay over there. You just would be spending hardly half a day over there. And again, take the picture of your camp, take the picture of your tent, so that if you get lost, you know where to come. Many people go, as you can see the picture in bottom one, which is quite famous during the Hajj days, that go on the Mount of Arafat, the hill of Arafat, and is it recommended? I won't say. If you are nearby, yes, you can go there. But if you are going in this season and in hot weather, I would recommend save your energy, save yourself, because next days are very, very hectic. The next 24-36 hours would be very hectic. So save your energy. Don't go over there. Your Hajj is still valid if you stay within your Mina, within your Arafat camp. So don't need to rush over there. What is the sunnah on the day? The sunnah is to take a bath on the day of Arafat. You can take the bath in Mina, or you can take the bath in Arafat once you come. The next thing is the Masjid Nimra. So Masjid Nimra is again one of the has lot of significance on Hajj day, because this is where the sermon or the khutbah of Hajj happens. So if your tent is near Masjid Nimra, then only try to go to Masjid Nimra. People go to Masjid Nimra in the morning, and after that all the people are sitting outside, because there are 2 to 3 million people and everyone wants to go there. If your camp is not near there, so please don't try to go there. Just stay within your camp, and you don't need to listen to the khutbah. Just to let you know, your Hajj is still valid if you don't listen to the khutbah of Imam in Masjid Nimra. And also, if you pray your own prayer within your camp, you don't need to go there. If your camp is, because the Arafat is quite big, you might be 2 to 3 kilometers away from Masjid Nimra. If you are a bit far, please don't exert yourself. The roads might be closed in the way, and with the heat, which would be 50 degrees Celsius even this year, I won't recommend that. Don't exhaust yourself. Stay in your camp, and your Hajj is still valid. You are not losing anything. It's equivalent. Majority scholars say it's equivalent whether you pray your prayer in Masjid Nimra or outside, and there is no special reward. Of course, it's a bigger gathering, then based on that you will have more reward, but there is not that your Hajj is of any lesser value. It is not. So what you're gonna do is that how the namaz would be in Masjid Nimra. In Masjid Nimra, basically, there is one azan which is done. One first ikama is done for Zuhr, then takbir made for Zuhr, and you pray 2 kasar rakat. So basically, for everyone over there who is praying behind the imam, it is a kasar namaz you offer, so 2 rakats only. And then another ikama is done, no other azan is done, and at once after that 2 rakat of asr are performed. So this is the way. If you are performing the prayer in your camps, there can be a difference of opinion, which I found even in my camp. In my camp in Arafat, there were 2 different groups from 2 different tour operators. One performed Zohar prayer at its own time, and then Asr prayer at its own time. That's also valid. And the other group, what they did was they performed Zohar and 2 rakat, and then 2 rakat for Asr just after that. So both options are okay. There is a difference of opinion among the scholars. So whichever you follow, you think it's better, you can do that. But please don't fight. I saw a fight in my camp as well, that people started to fight about it. Just pray, both prayers will be accepted. We try to do what's the best, but yeah, there is a difference of opinion what scholar you follow. So just follow them. Don't get into any argument. After Zohar or after Asr, if you have performed both, it's up to you. Then take rest. Again, go slow. Spend time over there in Arafat. If you're not sleeping, if you want to take a nap, you can take a nap. Otherwise, pray. You can do dua. You can do zikr. There is no specific dua or no specific prayer you have to do. Then basically the main thing of Arafat, day of Arafat, is Wukuf Arafat. What is Wukuf? Wukuf means standing. So Wukuf Arafat is, as per majority of the scholar, it's compulsion that everyone should stand at even for 1 second or 2 seconds, and then on Arafat day after Asr prayer, they should stand and make a dua. And this is compulsory, even for just 2-3 seconds. If you have a problem, just sit and pray and make dua. But majority, because of the sunnah, what do they do? And you will see that majority of the people after Asr prayer, they go outside their camps in the open sky, and then they form groups and they make combined duas while standing. So this is the actual sunnah, and that is why it's called wukuf. Wukuf Arafat means standing in Arafat. So making du'as, and this is the best thing you can do on the day of Arafat. There is no particular dua you can read, you can ask anything at all, and it is stated that whoever is in Arafat, he has done the Hajj, and whoever is in Arafat, he will come out of that day as if he was just born. So his all sins and previous deeds are cleaned up. Now, the next thing is that immediately after sunset, as the sunset happens, you go to Muzdalifah. So without praying the Maghrib prayer. So this is a new thing, not the usual thing, I would say, which we do. Usually what we do is that as soon as the sunset happens, we are asked to offer the Maghrib prayer in normal routine days. But on the day, on the Hajj day, on 9th Zulhijjah, it is that as soon as the sunset happens, you don't offer Maghrib prayer. You have to offer the Maghrib prayer in Arafat. After that, basically, not in Arafat, in Muzdalifah. So as soon as the sunset, you pack your stuff and everyone starts going to Arafat. You will see even before the sunset, 5-10 minutes earlier, people start gathering and start walking towards Arafat, because towards Muzdalifah. Apology for that. Towards Muzdalifah, everyone starts going. So in Arafat, in total, you're gonna be just praying Zohar and Asr. These are the two prayers you're going to be praying. So you are spending hardly 6-8 hours in Arafat, and after that you are going to Muzdalifah. You, whether it takes 4 hour, 5 hour, 2 hour, you can't pray Maghrib prayer before you reach Muzdalifah. Please make sure. Some people do the mistake that they are worried that their Maghrib prayer is getting late, and they offer the Maghrib prayer even in Arafat because of the traffic stuck over there. Don't do that. In Arafat, you are not supposed to pray the Maghrib prayer. You will only pray the Maghrib prayer when you reach Muzdalifah, even if it is after 12 o'clock, it is after midnight. What you're going to do is that you will offer Maghrib and Isha together over there. So you're going to be going by walk, by bus or train, whatever the facility is given to you. My experience was quite good. My bus took hardly less than, I think so, 40 minutes, and we were in Arafat. It was quite good. I had no traffic blockage for myself. Now, based on your tour operator settings, you will either get either a carpet, you will either get mattresses. You can see in the top one. So these are the VIP camps. For them, they get the mattresses, and it's enclosed area. Not everyone can enter. But usually the carpets, majority of the places have carpets, but they are designated. But there is no check and balance, and you can occupy the carpets if they are available. But some people might not get anything. So the best thing is that you should have a spare mat at least, because even these carpets, my experience was that they were filled up with small little stones, and you could not even lie down on them if you don't have a spare mat or sheet to put on that. So once you arrived in basically Arafat, what you're gonna do is that there would be one azan, and everyone will be doing their own. There won't be any combined prayer. There is no mosque. There is one mosque, but you don't need to be near to the mosque. All the groups, 10 people, 15 people, can make their own Jamaat. And once you will arrive, you will see that everyone is having their own prayers, their own Jamaat. They are happening. I remember in 2024, there were like 15-20 different groups offering their prayers, which is absolutely normal. So this is not wrong. So what you're going to do is that there will be one azan, Iqama will be made for Maghrib, and 3 rakat of Maghrib will be offered. Then right after that, another Iqama will be made for Isha, and then 2 rakah of the Isha will be offered. So the important thing is that it's 2 rakah, not 4 rakah of Isha. And then you can, right after that, you can offer the 3 witr as well, just in case if you kept sleeping and you won't be able to wake up. So again, multiple groups will be performing the prayer. Don't worry, and get settled over there. The females and male will be together. So grab some space for the females to sit together and males. Then what you next to do? What I would suggest, just after the prayer, before you go to sleep, collect the stones. It is a sunnah to collect the stones for Rami, for the stoning from the Arafat. From Muzdalifah. So from Muzdalifah, you will see people doing, as you can see in the picture, looking at the ground and trying to find the stones. So the ideal is that collect small size stones. Don't collect very big stones. The water bottles, the ideal stuff what I found, I had a small bag as well, but the rather than a bag, the bottle works the best because they are stones, they are hard, the bottle keeps them confined, and they are easy to keep rather than any pouch or something, because pouch first of all get opens by itself, and also because of the stones they are pointy as well. So in plastic bottle, small plastic bottle, 300 ml bottle, or like a 150 ml bottle, there are smaller bottles as well. Just get the stones. How many stones you need? This is the count of the stones which you need to collect. So 7 stones basically you're going to be needing for the first day, then 21 for the next, 21 for the next, and 21 for the next. So get in total these number of stones so that you have ample stones. Get pea-sized stones, don't get too big stones, that would be good enough. The next thing is that after you have collected the stones, offered the prayer, just take rest, try to sleep. It is a sunnah to sleep on the day of Muzdalifah. In Muzdalifah, it is a sunnah to spend the night while sleeping and resting. The next day is the most hectic day of the Hajj. It is the main Hajj, like one of the most hectic days. As I said already, if you have spent time in Arafat, you are already designated as Haji. Just remember, as per the hadith, the Hajj is Arafat. Now you are doing the completion of Hajj so that you don't miss any other thing. Now you sleep, and then the next day start the day 3 of Hajj. What happens on day 3, which is the 10th Zil Hajjah, Yomul Nahar, and this is basically worldwide, everyone is celebrating Eid on this day. But remember, for Haji there is no such Eid day. It is a different kind of a day for Haji. We are not celebrating in the traditional way. What happens on 10th Hajjah? After performing the Fajr prayer in Muzdalifah, so you perform the Fajr prayer in Muzdalifah, and after performing the Fajr, you perform the Fajr in the earliest time. You don't wait till the end time. As soon as the Fajr time starts, you will hear, even if you're sleeping, that people start giving azan all around, and you will listen to that, and people start waking up. You wake up as well, do the wudu, and get ready to perform the Fajr prayer. Remember, the washrooms will get crowded near to this time because everyone is trying to plan. So ideal, what we did was that we woke up like 40-50 minutes before the Fajr start time, and we did the wudu, okay, and we got ready, and we offered some tahajjud as well. So this is what we did, because at that time when we woke up, the washrooms were quite there was no lines, but just before the Fajr prayer we saw that the lines had become quite big, and people were standing 15-20 minutes in order for their turn. So now what you do is that after performing the Fajr prayer, there are two options. Either you will go to your Mina Camp. Okay, there are some tour operator which give you the buses, or if you have the train access, you can use the train to go, or if you don't have anything, you can walk as well. Majority would be walking. That's what I do. I had the category B camp which I had bought, the package was, but even for me, I did not got any transportation. So the best thing is that you walk. The walk takes a bit time because you gonna be walking from Muzdalifah, crossing the Mina, and then ideally you need to do the Rami there. But it's up to you. If you want to go to Mina Camp, you can go. I did not go to Mina Camp. Why? I passed through the Mina Camps, but I did not go because the Mina Camps, the routes are closed. It's not straightforward that you will quickly arrive to your Mina Camps. It was a detour which I had to take if I had to go in my Mina Camp or to put some luggage. What I did was straight away I go from Arafat, Muzdalifah for Rami. I had a backpack with me with some stuff which I had packed for Arafat and Muzdalifah, and whichever thing which I had already used and I knew that I don't need it, I threw it away, because this day there is a lot of walk. Believe me, there is a lot of walk. And if you have some food item which you think you don't need it, just give to someone else. So I even left my mat. I had a prayer mat. I left it in Muzdalifah. I had a sleeping mat I left over there. I had some spare food items. I gave it to the people over there, and that's it. I kept myself as light as possible because there is a lot of walk. So Here I have given a distance, an approximate distance, that how much you might be walking. This is based on my earlier calculation. But what you need to do, whether you go to Mina or not, Mina Camp, is to do the Rami. For Rami, what you need to do is you just need to do the Rami or the stoning of only one shaitan today. Today you're going to be only use 7 stones to do the Rami of the big shaitan. Don't throw stones on the small shaitan and the medium shaitan. Some very few people you will see by mistake they are doing, but the majority knows, and you can easily remember that okay, majority is not doing the Rami on these first two, because once you enter the first you will encounter the small shaitan. Just go ahead, then the medium, go ahead, and then the big shaitan, and there the people will be doing the stoning. So after you have done the stoning, the next thing is that either you can go back to your Mina camp, rest over there, or if you have already your accommodation either in Azizia or in Makkah, you can go over there, and after I'll tell you what the next thing. So it's up to you what you want to do. So after this, because hopefully after this, as soon as there are 2 more steps you need to do after this. One is the big qurbani, and then you need to do the haircut. If you get these two done, then you can come out of the state of Ihram. So that is why, looking in the future, what people do is that majority of the people prefer to go back to their hotels if they have hotel in Mina or in Azizia or in Makkah. So these are some separate videos which I have sharing my experience of Rami, how much crowd it is there, and also about a bit about information about Jamarat and Rami, how to do it. Then basically the next thing is that how you do the basically stoning. So it is preferred actually to be in state of wudu, but again it's not compulsory. That this is also preferred way. So these are some things which are preferred, but to be honest, based on my experience, it's very crowded. You won't remember. Even if you remember, due to the crowd, just try to perform the obligation. Don't really bother about these first two. If you can do this, good, but otherwise just follow the main thing, that you have to throw 7 stones, and what you need to do is throw from the right hand. So get the stones sorted already before you go in the crowd in the near the big shaitan. Just take the 7 stones out, keep them in your left hand, put the rest of the stones in your bag. What happened with one of my friends, that he kept the bottle in his left hand, and in the crowd someone hit him and his bottle fell, and there is so much crowd that you cannot pick the bottle, and he lost all his stones. So instead what you should do is that once before you enter the crowd, take out 7 stones, keep in your left hand, put the rest of the stones or the bottle or pouch back in your backpack or in because you don't have any pockets, and then keep the stones in left hand, and one by one take 1 stone from your right hand and throw it on the shaitan. How you do it? You say Allahu Akbar and throw the first shaitan. You can add some other supplications as well, like I was doing in Urdu, our scholar said that you say Allahu Akbar and say that to शैतान को रुसवा करने के लिए और अल्लाह को राजी करने के लिए अल्लाह अकबर, which means basically to I'm trying to translate it, that for the glory of Allah and to humiliate shaitan, Allahu Akbar, I'm throwing the stone. So this is actually what you can say in Arabic or in Urdu or in whatever language, to glorify the God, to glorify Allah, and to humiliate shaitan, Allahu Akbar, and then you throw the stone. So you do the stones. Then there are preferred timing. So for this first stoning, the ideal time is that you do the stoning between the sunrise and midday. So basically before the zawal, this is the ideal time, between the sunrise and just after, because once you perform the fajr in the earlier hours, by the time you reach the stoning area, actually it will already be the sunrise. So make sure that ideal time to do the stoning is that after the sunrise, between the sunrise and the midday. So also you can do afterwards as well, but this is the best and the sunnah time to do the Rami on the first day. After that, as I said, either go to your Mina camp back either go to Azizia hotel, or you can go to Makkah and then wait for your Qurbani. It depends on you how you are arranging your Qurbani, because the next important thing is to do the Qurbani. I was arranging it through my travel agent, through my tour operator, and I went back to my Azizia hotel, and then I waited for him to confirm me that my Qurbani is done. Because after the Rami, I called him. I told him that I have completed my Rami. Can you do the Qurbani? So make sure that everything needs to be done in sequential order. So I called and told them, okay, I have done the Rami. I'm going back to my Azizia hotel. Can you conduct my Qurbani? Then I waited for him to send me a message that okay, my Qurbani has been done. It took around 3 hours, and after 3 hours he confirmed that okay, your Qurbani is done. And then I was basically this obligation was completed. There are multiple ways to do Qurbani. You can do it yourself as well. I have a separate video, you can go in description, and where you can watch that what are the multiple ways through which you can conduct the Qurbani. You can either do yourself going in the slaughterhouse, you can ask your travel agent, and the third option is that there are some um, you will in Makkah already beforehand, you will at Al Raji Bank, or there are some kiosks which are there, which are conducting Qurbani, which says that you pay us the money, you message us, and we will conduct the Qurbani. But I went through travel agent because he said that I will go myself in the slaughterhouse and wait for your confirmation, and once you confirm, then I will make sure that the Qurbani is done after you have completed your Rami, so that the sequential order is made sure, because you cannot go to the next step until the Qurbani is done. So after you have got the confirmation of Qurbani, because you cannot proceed to the next step until you have done that. After you have got confirmation of the Qurbani, the next step is to get the haircut. So for men, the best thing is to get a hulk, which means the complete shave of head, or they can get like an inch of hair cut from all, or inch or small bit of hair cut from all surrounding. For female, it's just a little bit of hair cut from one side, even that can work as well. So once you have done the haircut, then basically you can come out the state of Ihram. Okay, so after that, the Ihram restrictions are over. You can wear any normal clothes, you can put perfume, all the restrictions are over. And except actually you cannot have actually a relationship with your wife, I think. I'm not 100% sure. There is, I think so, a difference of opinion on that, because of the thing, because you still need to do the tawaf as well, because majority believes that until you do the tawaf and say you are not out of this restriction. Other than that, you can put the perfume, you can change, you can wear any clothes, and you can use perfume, soap, anything else is permissible. So after that, wherever you are, you can stay, you can rest, you can eat. But the thing is that you need to be at night time, you need to come to Mina. Before that, you can stay in Makkah hotel or in Azizia. So what to do after that? So after that, what you need to do is that the next step would be that on the same day, preferably on the same day, you can delay it as well, but it is preferred that you do it on the same day. You need to go to Masjidul Haram. You need to do seven circles, basically tawaf of Kaaba, and then you need to perform 2 rakat salah at the back or near Maqam Ibrahim, or if not, it's too crowded, anywhere in Masjidul Haram, and then drink Zamzam. So this should be performed after Fajr, as I said, after you have performed the previous things, and before the sunset of 12th Zilhajjah. So already we are on 10th Zilhajjah, so preferred that you do on the same day, but it's okay if you go on the next day as well, because even in my case, what happened was, because after I got my head shaved, it was already, I think so, Asr time, and by the time I changed my clothes, everything done, it was Maghrib time. I performed the Maghrib prayer, and then I went to Masjidul Haram to do the tawaf. So already it was basically the night time, and by the time when I got free from the tawaf, it was actually already 11th Zilhajjah. So it was after midnight that I got free from completing the tawaf, because it's very, very crowded, and also it was the night time, which is actually good to do tawaf, because otherwise it's very hot weather. But again, it depends. If you get free, you can do it early, you get free earlier as well. But I got like I started the tawaf, you can say, almost on 10 Zilhijjah. By the time I was free, it was 11 Zilhijjah. And I came back to my camp after that. Basically, I came back to Mina. I took a taxi, and again, taxi doesn't drive you directly to your Mina camp because all the roads and routes are blocked. So again, you have to walk a lot. So in this duration, just to re-emphasize, on 10 Zilhijjah to 11 Zilhijjah, when I came back to Mina, I must have walked more than 30 kilometers on a single day. For this is for myself. I don't know. Some people might have better accommodation, better location. I was in category B camp in Mana, but because of the routes blocked and the road I was unable to find, it's a lot and lot of walk which I had to do. So again, for me, no transportation was provided during this duration. I went to Azizia. From Azizia, I took a taxi to come to do the tawaf. I did the tawaf. I took a taxi to go to Mina. Again, Mina, I cannot reach to my camp because the routes are blocked, and then I still had to walk from where the taxi dropped me, I think so around 3 to 4 kilometers in order to reach my Mina camp. So what you need to do, just to emphasize, so you do tawaf, 7 circles, you do perform 2 rakat namaz, then you drink zamzam. Then if it now depends on what type of hajj you are doing. So for the people who are doing hajj kiran or hajj ifrad, if you have already done basically sa'i on arrival, then you don't need to do. Okay, if you have not performed sa'i, then you have to perform the sa'i. But for the people who are doing the hajj tamattu, which as I said, for hajj tamattu are the people who put the ihram only for the hajj, like they did the umrah when they came to Makkah, then they took off the ihram, then they do another niyyah within their hotel and wear the ihram for hajj. They are doing hajj tamattu, and in that case they have to do a sa'i as well. So for them it's compulsory. For the other people who are doing the basically hajj kiran or hajj ifrad, if they have not done the sa'i earlier, they have to perform the sa'i as well. Now, basically after that, you go back to Mina camp. As I said, it can go to 11th Zilhijjah as well. It's up to you. But you need to, ideal, it should be that you need to come back to Mina and you need to spend the night at Mina. But if for many of the scholars, I checked with them, if because you get delayed, your tawaf got delayed and you reach Mina by Fajr time or even in the morning time, that's okay as well, because you wanted to come, your niyyah was there and you arrived there at last, so that's fine. So this is the sunnah way. Some people don't come to Mina and stay in Makkah, that is permissible, but majority of the scholars say this is wrong. You should not do that. You should try to come back to Mina and stay there. So this is the third day, which I would say the complete day, the 10th Zilhijjah. So on this day, you started from Muzdalifah, you did Rami, you did Qurbani, you did Halq, you did Tawaf, you did Sa'i, and then came back to Mina. So this was the main most hectic day of Hajj. Then the next day are easy, which is the day 4, 5, and 6. Sixth day is optional. What these days are, there is a hadith which says the days of tashkir are the days of eating and drinking. The next days now, the 11 to 13 Zilhijjah are Yom Tashkir, where you need to eat, you drink, you relax, and basically that's the purpose of the day. So on this day, now the Fajr prayer starts on 11 Zilhijjah, the Fajr time. You perform the Fajr in Mina. Again, you don't need to go to any mosque. You can just pray within your camp. Then what happens is that after you have performed basically the Zuhr prayer or after Zawal, just after Zawal, what you need to do is that you need to go for Rami again. So ideal time for Rami on 11th Zilhijjah is after the Zawal time and basically before the Asr. Before the sunset, sorry, after Zawal and before the sunset, this is the ideal time. You can do later on as well, as it is said in the point 3 between sunset and Fajr, but this is disliked. If you are, due to any reason you are unable to do, you can still do, but ideally what majority of people do is that as soon as the Zawal time is over, they perform the Zohar prayer as a Jamaat in their Mina camps, and after that they go for the Rami. So go for the Rami, and remember this is again a long walk. Why it is? In one way you will be thinking that okay, the Jamarat is quite near. Even for category A or Al Kabsh camp, they might think that their camp is very near to Jamarat, but the problem is that it is all one way. They make the people uh, go in one way. So once you go, maybe the Jamarat will be like 200 meters from your camp. It's very easy, you will reach there. But afterwards, in order to go back to your camp, you might be have to walk 3 or 4 kilometers. So please remember that it might seem easy, but because of this one way rule they have created in order to, for the crowd management, in order to avoid any stampedes, you might have to still walk quite a lot. So please do remember that. So this day, what you need to do, you need to stone all the three Jamarat. So you will be entering from this right side, because this is the smaller shaitan, and a majority of the camps on the right side. These camps which you see at the top, these are Al-Kabish or category A camp. So if you come from here, you will only be able to exit from this side, and it depends on them from where they want to take you, go back to your camp. And sometimes, as I said, it might take 3 to 4 kilometers even if your camp is here on this side. So first you do 7 stoning on small shaitan. Once you enter, you will be entering from this direction. So first shaitan, 7 stones, next shaitan, 7 stones. The process is same. You say Allahu Akbar and say to humiliate the shaitan, to glorify the God, Allahu Akbar, throw the stone, and then 7 stones middle Jamarat, and then 7 stones on the big Jamarat. So once you have done that, then after that basically you do the dua while facing towards Qibla, and this is basically concludes the main obligation of your 11th Zilhajjah. So one thing, you do the dua actually, as I have mentioned. Once you have stoned the small shaitan, come on the corner here, because the Qibla is over there, the Khana Kaaba is on this direction. Come on the left side and make a dua facing towards Qibla. Then do the stoning on the middle shaitan, and then do the dua, and then finally stone the big shaitan. And then actually the preferred way is that you don't do dua after that, but some people are doing that. There is a difference of opinion, as I said, but the main thing is that you do dua, and the main obligation is to do the stoning. It's not, even if you forget to do the dua, if you don't do or do the dua, there is no harm in that. There is no like fault in that. You don't need to do any sadqa or any dam for that. Now, after doing that, go back to Mina Camp and spend the night over there. If you again want, you can go to your Azizia accommodation, but there is no need, as I said, because the routes are closed. So it's better that you try to go back to Mina and just rest and relax, because still, in order to go back to Mina, you will be walking few kilometers. It won't be that easy, whatever category camp you will have. Again, now comes the 12th Zilhajjah. Same thing you need to do. You perform the rest of the prayers in your Mina camp, and after that the 12th Zilhajjah starts. You perform the Fajr over there, and after Fajr you perform the Zuhr prayer. Then after Zuhr prayer, if it's up to you, if you intend to finish your Hajj on this day, then you pack your stuff, take all your stuff from Mina camp along with you once you are going for Rami, and after Zohar prayer, you go, you do the Rami. Again, you do the Rami on all the 3 shaitans, the small one, then do dua, middle one, you do dua, and the big one, you don't do dua. And after that, basically, if you intend to finish your Hajj, then ideal is that you basically go to your Azizia or you go to Makkah hotel, wherever you are, and your Hajj is basically majorly over. Your Hajj is over. You have completed your Hajj now. If there are now difference of opinion in scholars, if you on the 12th of Zilhajjah you are unable to do the Rami by basically before the sunset, and you only are able to do the Rami after sunset, the scholars say that you have to stay in Mina for the next day for the 13th Zulhijjah. So this is an obligation. Or if you by your own self want to stay in Mina, you can stay on 13th Zulhijjah in Mina camp as well. So there are two options. After the 12th Zil Hajjah, once you have done the Rami, you go back to your accommodation in Makkah and Makkah and Azizia, and your Hajj is over. Or the option two is that you go to Mina and want to spend the 13th Zil Hajjah in camp as well. But majority leaves on 12th Zil Hajjah. You will see the camps getting empty and people taking their stuff already. So don't leave the stuff there. Don't think that, okay, I will do the Rami first on 12th Zil Hajjah, then come back, take the stuff, and then go back. It will be a very hectic walk. Don't exert yourself. The best thing is that you take all your luggage with you, so that after the Rami, just go to your hotel, take the taxi or whatever transport if it is being provided. So 13th, as I said, it's optional, and some scholars say it's compulsory for those who are unable to do and finish the Rami on 12th before the sunset. So after that, your Hajj is majorly over. The last thing which you need to do is that before you take the flight back home, I don't know, you intend to go to Medina now, or you are flying back to home after 2 days or 1 day or 3 days, it's up to you. But just before going back to your home countries, or if this is all your trip in Makkah and then you will be spending the last few days in Medina afterwards, and from Medina you're going to be going, so you need to do, before leaving Makkah, basically you need to do Tawaf-e-Wida, and it is ideal to leave the Tawaf-e-Wida at the last moment on the last day basically. So last, near to the your flight, like let's suppose your flight is tomorrow, next day after Fajr, like maybe 7 a.m. So ideal is that you do the Tawaf-e-Wida the night before, like on midnight you can do the Tawaf-e-Wida, and after that you basically come. So don't leave it exactly till the end time, because it will be still crowded, many people will be there, lots of people will be doing the Tawaf-e-Wida, and prefer to do Tawaf-e-Wida again at night because of the cooler weather, not any extra reward. But if not, you can do at any time as well. So do the Tawaf-e-Wida. So in Tawaf-e-Wida there is no Safa Marwa, you don't need to do, there is no Sa'i, what we call, you just need to do Tawaf, and that's all, and offer 2 rakats at Maqam Ibrahim, and that's it. So this completes all of your Hajj. So Tawaf-e-Wida is a part of, considered as a part of Hajj as well, but this concludes your 100% Hajj. So previously, like once you left the Mina, that completes your Hajj as well, but this was the last thing which is also required to do. If you want to know how to do Tawaf-e-Ziyara or Tawaf-e-Wida, all types of Tawaf, what exactly is required, what's the process, there is a separate video, you can look at that. So this concludes all the days of Hajj which I had shown. You can take a snapshot as well if you want, and that's all. Hope you like the video. If you like, please do subscribe and share. There are lots and lots of videos, around 100 videos relating to Hajj and Umrah, about the description, about my own experience, my own package. If you have any question, let me know. Otherwise, and if I made a mistake, apology for that, and let me know. I'll try to rectify. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Till next time. Assalamu alaikum.